Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Friends, as we are practicing from this morning, starting from 7, today whole day we are practicing meditation as the Buddha taught us. As I repeatedly say, Buddha's technique of meditation is both serenity and insight together. These two are not separated. We practice both serenity and insight. Now we want to understand further some requirements to practice Vipassana. There are some requirements. For this, I would like to share with you a riddle. The riddle is not my riddle, but in the time of the Buddha, once one venerable Kassapa was practicing in the woods. At night, a certain deity came to him and said, Bhante, Bhante, there is an ant hill. You know, ants like termite. They have their mound, termite mound. So there is an ant hill which is flaming by day and fuming by night, at night. So this is what he was telling this to this Bhante. So he is given this sort of riddle. He says, as it is burning, it is flaming daytime and fuming, smoking night. One day, a noble person, noble teacher, asked his disciple, the wise person, to delve this termite mound, dig it with a shovel or with a sword, cut it. So he started to dig this ant hill. When he was digging this, he found different things. He found in it, first he found a sort of dough bar. Dough bar in the ancient time, even today in Asian countries, mainly they use the door bar to cross the across. They put this across at night, across the door, behind the door, so that the other people can't come in. It's like a 2x4 plumber. So he saw this inside this ant hill. He saw this type of door bar. Then he said to his teacher, "Sir, there is a door bar." So the teacher said, "Okay, put it away, throw it away, and cut it, dig this further." Then he is digging now. His disciple is digging. Then he found a toad, means frog, bluish, swollen frog in it, inside. So he said, "Sir, there is a frog, swollen and bluish frog in it." Then the teacher said, "Okay, take it, throw it away, and dig it further." When he was digging further, he found a fork, 2 ways fork. Then he said, "Here is a fork." Then the teacher said, "Okay, cut it and go ahead, continue." And he did this. And while he was digging further, he found a strainer like ash filter. He found this and he said, "Oh, this is a strainer, sir." Then the teacher said, "Okay, take it away, throw it away, and dig it further." Now he is digging. The disciple is digging the ant hill. He then found a turtle inside. He said, "Sir, there is a turtle." Then the teacher said, "Okay, take it away, throw it, keep it away, throw it away, and dig it further." Now he is digging further. Then he found a butcher's knife and a block, like a chopping board. He said this, "Sir, there is a knife and a chopping board." Then the teacher said, "Okay, throw it away and dig it further." While he was digging further and further, he found a piece of meat. Then he said, "Sir, there's a piece of meat inside." Then the teacher said, "Okay, throw it away, dig it further." Now he is digging. The disciple is digging. Then he saw a cobra inside this ant hill. "There's a cobra," he said. Then the teacher said, don't do anything harm to the cobra. Respect him and come back. Stop without harming the cobra. respect the cobra, he said. This is the riddle. So the deity told this to this particular monk named Venerable Kassapa, and he asked, "Do you know what it is? Do you know this riddle?" He said, "No, I don't know." Then he said, "Then better you go to the Buddha and ask how to solve this riddle." Then the monk went to the Buddha the following morning and told this story to the Buddha. Then the Buddha taught him how to solve this riddle. That is how to practice Vipassana. The Buddha said, the anthill is this, your body. Your body is the anthill. You are the anthill. In order to dig this, you have to use your weapon, the tool. The tool is wisdom, insight. You have to have wisdom to dig this. In order to develop your wisdom, first thing is that there is a bar. There's a door bar, like there's a barrier. That barrier is to be broken, to be destroyed. What is that barrier? The barrier is the ignorance. So the door bar is the ignorance. So what is ignorance? Ignorance means not knowing what is suffering, not knowing the cause of suffering, not knowing the cessation of suffering, and not knowing the path leading to the cessation of suffering. In short, not knowing the 5 aggregates affected by clinging. One has to understand this. That is what is called right understanding. As long as you have no right understanding, you are ignorant. It is because of ignorance, dependent on ignorance, we all are acquiring, we all are collecting different types of volitional formations. Volitional formations are arising dependent on ignorance. We have 3 types of volitional formations. We are acquiring 3 types of volitional formations. Volitional formations of wholesome things, wholesome deeds. We do many different wholesome deeds, good deeds. And as the result, we are born again and again in good places, like human realms, or heavens. Otherwise, we are doing unwholesome deeds. Unwholesome deeds. As the results, we are born in unwholesome places like hells, hungry ghost realm, animal realms like that. Or if we are practicing jhana, material jhana or immaterial jhana, we will be born in Brahma realms. In such a way, if we are doing such things, we are in samsara. We acquire all these volitional formations because of ignorance. So it is the bar, it's a door bar, like it's an obstruction to understand Vipassana. Then, secondly, this deity said there was a frog, bluish, swollen frog. What is that? Anger. So one has to cut off ignorant. That is a requirement. Requirement to practice Vipassana. Ignorance is to be removed, abandoned. Secondly, one has to abandon anger. Anger is the frog. Then the third one is the fork. We have fork. What is that fork? That is doubt. We have doubt whether this technique is right or wrong. Two ways, right or wrong. Whether this method is good or bad, effective or not, like that. Change the doubt. That doubt is to be cut off, abandoned. That is the third thing. Then the deity said there was a strainer, like ash filter. What is that? 5 hindrances. As long as we have 5 hindrances, we cannot practice Vipassana. 5 hindrances are to be subdued. That is why we have to practice concentration meditation. Concentration meditation. What are the 5 hindrances? Sensual desire. First one is sensual desire. Then ill will. Then sleepiness and laziness. Then restlessness and worry. Then doubt. These are called 5 hindrances. These 5 hindrances are to be abandoned. These are the requirements for practicing Vipassana. And then the deity said that there was a turtle inside. What is the turtle? The Buddha explained this. Buddha said the turtle is the 5 aggregates affected by clinging, subject to clinging. That is the turtle. This turtle is to be understood. That's the way to practice Vipassana. Then said, there was a knife, butcher's knife, and a block of the log, a chopping board like. What is that? That is what is called code of sensual pleasures. 5 code of sensual pleasures. We try to please these senses, 5 senses. Seeing things, hearing things, smelling, tasting, tangible, and thinking. We want to please these senses. These are called 5 code of sensual pleasures. These are to be removed. Stop. Then said, there was a piece of meat. What is that? The piece of meat is delight and lust. Whenever things come to our mind as 5 hindrance, 5 aggregates, we have desire and lust. That desire and lust both together. Always both these go together. You have desire to grasp it, grasp the object, grasp the form of color, form of sound, form of smell, form of taste, form of tangible, and form of thoughts. We want to grasp this. That is desire. And with that desire we have lust. So desire and lust go together. This desire and lust to be removed, abandoned. And then, as the deity said, there was a cobra. What is that cobra? Cobra is the enlightened one, liberated one. So that is what happened. If you practice this, if you can understand these 5 aggregates and affected by clinging, if you are not affected, if you are not grasping these 5 aggregates, eventually what happens is that you become like a cobra, means a liberated one, the enlightened one, the Arahant. So this is the way to practice. This is the way to practice Vipassana. So these are the requirements to practice Vipassana. So this is what I wanted to share with you this evening. I guess you can understand this. So as we practice this from this morning, let's understand this further and further. This is the way to understand the Dhamma, the real teachings of the Buddha from the original discourses. In order to understand this further, we have to use original teachings of the Buddha. We have to read this. And then we have questions. Whenever you have such questions, you can meet a teacher, meet a friend, true friends, Kalyana Mitta. That's called Kalyana Mitta, the real friend, who is supporting you to develop your spirituality. He is called the true friend, real friend, Kalyana Mitta in Pali. He is always ready to help you to understand what the Buddha really said. Then you can put this into practice in your daily life. Whenever you practice this, you can understand. You can cut off your defilements little by little, just like the smith removes rust from silver or from iron or whatever, or even gold. Little by little, he removes dross, whatever impurities. Little by little, you remove your own impurities from your mind, and one day the mind will be the brightest mind, luminous from all over. That is what is called the mind luminous from all over, luminous mind. Your consciousness, the brightest consciousness, that is the consciousness of the enlightened one. So this is why we want to practice this wonderful teachings of the Buddha. So friends, let's understand this Dhamma and practice this Dhamma whenever possible, wherever possible. Then we can live happily, peacefully in this society and close our eyes with happy mind, peaceful mind. That is the purpose of this human life. This life, the human's life, is rare opportunity. Dhamma is rare. The real Dhamma of the Buddha is also rare. So you got this rare opportunities. Let's take the maximum benefit of this human life and maximum benefit of this Dhamma taught by the Buddha after long time. Not years but eons. Eons and eons after the Buddhas are born to this world, and the Buddhas teach us this wonderful Dhamma. So our Buddha Gautama, Sakyamuni Buddha was born, and he taught this wonderful Dhamma as the Buddha of our era. He taught this wonderful Dhamma. Let's understand this Dhamma and practice this Dhamma in our daily life. May we all realize this Dhamma, realize this real peace, real happiness, the highest bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.